We asked students 21 questions to get to know them, their program, and their experience at Salus University. Here's what they had to say. What's your name?
My name is Supriya Srinivas.
Where are you from?
I'm from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, so South Jersey.
What program are you in?
I am a first-year occupational therapy student.
Why did you want to pursue this career?
I chose occupational therapy because I knew I wanted to do healthcare, but I didn't want to do like the traditional like doctor route. So as I started looking into healthcare careers, like in high school, I found occupational therapy, and I basically like the unique approach that it took, like the partly like holistic and science approach to treating the whole person and helping them do the everyday things that they need to do, as opposed to just getting you physically healthy and then just getting you out the door kind of route.
Why did you choose Salus?
I chose Salus because I like that it's a small campus, that it's just a grad school. So everyone's like kind of on the same level as you. Everyone's kind of thinking in the same path as you. And I did do my research for like schools around the area, but I had heard about good things about Salus. We had like a Salus rep come to my undergrad, and I just was basically sold by the pitch, for lack of a better word. And then when I went to my interview, I like knew I wanted to go there. I told my mom after my interview, I was like, I think this is it. I think I really want to go here.
What have you discovered about your subject area as a grad student that you wish you knew as an undergrad student?
I didn't realize that there were actually so many routes that you can take with OT. Like, I knew that you can work in a bunch of settings, but my main knowledge is like where I did my shadowing hours. And I didn't realize that you can literally do NICU all the way up to like hospice end of life care. So I think that's something I wish I had kind of known, because I kind of pigeonholed myself into what I thought I wanted to do. And then as I started going through school, I was like, oh, maybe I don't know which setting I want to go into. So
what do you feel is unique about your program at Salus?
One of the things that actually did sell me about Salus is the cadaver lab that they have, because I didn't find any other schools, at least at the master's level, that have a cadaver lab. So I really like that. And I actually went to a cadaver lab when I was in high school, when I took anatomy. So I just remember my experience and how much that helped me when I was in high school. So when I heard that Salus had one, I was like, I remembered how much it was helpful. So that actually did help my decision.
What clinical experience has made an impact on you thus far at Salus?
I haven't gotten to do any clinical experience. I'm just doing my first rotation of field work, but it's all virtual, so I actually haven't been able to do any of that. So,
have you had any discouraging or especially triumphant moments in the classroom or clinic?
I guess a discouraging moment that I had was I had a test in like a class where I was so sure that I studied all the right things. I knew exactly what I was going into. And then when I got to the test, I was like, it was just one of those moments where it's like, oh, maybe I'm not as well prepared as I thought I was, which was a bummer, because, I put so many hours into just like studying for this class. And then I didn't get the grade I wanted to on the test, which is fine. It's life. But it was just one of those, like, it was like a bit of a gut punch. But, on the other hand, when I did my competency for kinesiology, there was I just basically had to show like range of motion, and you like pick a card and you just basically do like the goniometry measurements and stuff. And I picked the one that I was positive that I was going to flunk on, but I actually ended up doing well on it. So that was just like another, okay, I am smarter than I think I am sometimes.
What's been your favorite class so far?
I really liked my biopsychosocial class from the first semester. I liked, because again, it went from like childhood up to adulthood to late like adulthood, which I like. And I'm currently, my one in-person class for this semester is theory and practice with children and youth, because I don't particularly want to work with kids. I don't have a lot of experience with kids, but I am learning a lot that I would have not known, because I don't have younger siblings or anything. So I'm like, oh, maybe kids aren't so bad after all.
Have you had any Eureka moments in the classroom or clinic?
Probably my foundations of occupational therapy, just like literally going over the basics of like what OT is, how it started, and just like learning the buildup of like the profession, like as it's growing, and like how there's like still like a lot of like emergent practice and like a lot of growth. And I'm like, that's awesome. Like, I like how it's like established, but there's still like a lot of room to grow. It's not stagnant. No, it's like, okay, that's great.
Are you a part of any clubs or groups on campus?
I want to be more involved in SOTA, like the Student Occupational Therapy Association.
What's your favorite study snack?
Recently, it's been trail mix, which is kind of surprising, but I find like this salty and sweet combination is like, it's better than just like eating cookies. So I've been doing trail mix a lot, actually. Greek yogurt. Like I have like vanilla cinnamon flavored Greek yogurt. If you like crunch up a bunch of cinnamon toast crunch and you sprinkle it on top, that's actually really good.
What's your study strategy?
I like to say my notes out loud after I like to type my notes, and then I like to write like out the points that I'm not understanding, and then I like to literally say it out loud, because it's one thing if you're reading it in your head, but saying it out loud, I find, like especially with repetition, actually helps it stick.
Where's your favorite spot to study on campus?
I usually go to the second floor of the library. There are like little cubicles and they're like socially distanced, and like it's like a pretty big desk actually, and like they have like plugs where you can charge your laptop and stuff, so that's actually where I find myself studying the most. And I also like the study rooms on the first floor of the library, like right next to like the desks. My friends and I like to study there.
What advice would you offer a peer who might be struggling in a specific subject or class?
I would first write like what you're not understanding, like what are the specific things that you're not understanding, and then I would say, what is it about this that I'm not getting? Like if you're looking at like physiology, for example, like why am I struggling with this one concept? Like what is it about it? And honestly, sometimes you just have to Google it. Like sometimes your textbook is not doing anything for you and you're just like, I'm gonna just Google it. So don't be afraid of that. Make sure it's reputable what you're Googling, but that's what I would say. And ask your friends too. Ask your classmates. Don't be embarrassed to ask other people for help.
How have you felt supported as a student and an individual while enrolled at Salus?
I have a couple of really good friends at Salus, and we like have a group chat. So like we do like talk to each other. We like ask each other for advice. And even like my first year OT like cohort, like we're all in like a big group me, like the 52 of us. So like we ask each other questions and like shoot like ideas off of each other, which is like really nice actually. Like everyone in my cohort's like really nice and supportive, which I was like pleasantly surprised at. So it is like, I feel like people that want to go in healthcare are like kind of nice anyway. Like you want to help people. So it's definitely been very encouraging, and like knowing that other people are struggling. It's not nice that other people are struggling, but it's like, at least I'm not alone. I don't feel like a total moron.
Where's your favorite place to chill between classes, on campus or in the community at large?
If I'm on campus and I'm like, once I'm done my studying in the library, there are like those like comfortable chairs on the second floor of the library that I like to sit at, or even on the first floor. But otherwise, I'm usually just like in my house, like in Philly, just like relaxing. Hopefully once COVID clears up, I can like go to coffee shops like in the area and study. That would be really nice.
How has going virtual impacted your learning experience?
I do find that I personally do better in the in-person setting, so that's been tough. I realized that like being at home, it really is a lot about discipline. Like you do have to throw your phone across the room and just like make sure like all your notifications are off, and it does like really force you to like actually pay attention, because it is easy to get distracted while you're at home. So I've like found that I have to like set up like routines to like keep myself disciplined.
What's the first thing you want to do once the pandemic is over?
I want to go to a concert.
What advice would you offer an undergrad considering pursuing an advanced degree in this field?
I would say if you definitely know that you want to go to grad school and you definitely want to do OT, figure out like what is important to you like in a program. And I would say just like the application process in general, like make sure you're like well-rounded, like with your shadowing hours, make sure you're going to different sites, looking at different populations, getting your letters of recommendation, making sure they're from like a wide variety of like sources, and like doing well. Like obviously your GPA is important, but if you find that your GPA isn't like exactly where it has to be, honestly, just being well-rounded will make all the difference.
To learn more about Salus University's programs, visit salus.edu/academics.